Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have a DTRS session wherein we are going to cover 10 important current affair topics, and we are going to cover these current affair topics through MCQs. And along with this, we also have a previous year questions along with these questions so that you can match the standard of the questions that we are framing for UPSC CSE. And the lead topic for today's discussion will be based on Aravali Safari Park project. So we are going to discuss in detail about this particular project, and however we are going to be quick to discuss these things. So the first, before we go ahead, let us quickly go through this quotation. This quotation is from John Locke. So anyone who studies philosophy, anyone who studies political science and international relations or public administration, so they know about this thinker, okay. So John Locke has said that the mind is furnished with ideas by experience alone, okay. Means you will be having more ideas in the mind if you experience more things in life, alright, because experience shapes our ideas. So basically John Locke believes that we all tend to have experiential learning. So if we experience something new, we are going to learn from it. If we experience something, let's say, better, we are going to learn from it. If we experience something worse, we are going to learn from it. So he emphasizes that learning comes from experience, by individuals. So such quotations are very important for the essay paper, and also they are important for the ethics paper, which is GS paper 4, alright. So let's say these are programs that we are running at Lukmaan IAS, right? So you can go through these programs in your free time, and you can join one of the program that suits, let's say, your UPSC preparation phase. So these are the list of topics that we are going to cover today. So first topic is Aravali Safari Park project. So this is a very important project. It's important under environment and ecology section. Alright, so we are going to discuss this topic in detail. It has been in current affairs recently. Then we are going to discuss about Ayushman Bharat Vay Vandana scheme. Okay, Ayushman Bharat Vay Vandana scheme. So this is a topic from government schemes. Alright, so we are going to discuss about what is Vay Vandana scheme, who are beneficiaries of this scheme. Right, so this particular scheme is related to health sector. We are going to discuss in detail about this health insurance policy, all right. And then we are going to discuss about sovereign green bonds. So this is a topic which is important under Indian economy, okay. It is important under Indian economy. Then we are going to discuss about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So this is again a topic from Indian economy, okay. This is topic from the same area. Then we are going to discuss Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan, PM Asha, which is important under Indian economy and agriculture as well, okay. Then Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, again a topic from agriculture. So today you can see many topics are there from Indian economy section, and Indian economy is a very dynamic subject because questions are asked from let's say areas that are in news, questions are asked from government policies, and also let's say ideas linking topics are also asked. Then we are going to discuss about Panchayati Raj system in India. Panchayati Raj system is important under Indian polity. We will discuss in detail about it. Then Prime Minister's Yoga Award. We are going to discuss about that. Then we are going to discuss about a defense technology related topic, which is Grape Hawk system. We will understand what is Grape Hawk system. And finally, we will let's say learn about Article 356 of the Constitution of India, which is a topic from Indian polity section. So this is the first topic, which is Aravali Safari Park project. Alright. So before we go ahead and read these questions, let us quickly understand about the context why this question has been asked. Basically, recently many retired Indian Forest Services officers, IFOS officers, okay, Indian Forest Services officers, okay. Many retired IFOS officers have written to the Prime Minister of India, right, and they have asked the Prime Minister of India to halt, to stop the project, right, to stop this particular project in the area of Gurugram, right, and Nu. So these are the areas. Let's say this project was planned to be conducted, but many retired forest services officers have written to the Prime Minister of India that this project should not be expanded to, let's say, Gurugram and Nu area. That's the context that we are reading this topic. Now let us discuss about the statements in this question. So first statement says that the entire project is located in the state of Haryana. This statement is right. Okay, this statement is right. And second statement, it says the zoo safari is considered a forest activity under the Forest Conservation Act. This statement is also right. Basically, like before 2023, it was not considered as a forest activity, zoo safari. But after 2023, there have been an amendment in the Forest Conservation Act. And after then, we have included this particular thing, let's say zoo safari, as a forest activity. So now it is, this zoo safari comes under forest activity itself. Third statement, it will be the world's second largest safari park after one of the UAE. So this statement is wrong, because the thing is, like, once this particular project is implemented, it will become world's largest forest safari project, right? So that's the thing. So only two statements are correct, first and second statements, all right? So you can go through the, let's say, explanation. So this is the newspaper article that has inspired us to frame this question, all right? So you can go through the explanation in your free time. If you have any questions, you can write it on the comment section and we will be there to respond to your queries, okay? And if you like these discussions, so kindly like it on YouTube also and then share with your friends. Then we have another question. This question is from Ayushman Bharat Vay Vandana scheme, means it's a question from government scheme. So this is a question from a let's say insurance policy. Okay, this insurance policy is, let's say, like for elderly people. So it's for senior citizen people, all right? So it is a free health insurance coverage for people who are above the age of 70 years. So they say that it provides 5 lakh free health cover to all senior citizens of age 70 years and above, irrespective of their socio-economic status. This statement is right related to this scheme. Second, persons covered by the private health insurance coverage or members of the employee state insurance scheme are eligible to benefit from Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So both these statements are right. I mean, like, even people who already have the, let's say, like, private insurance coverage, or people who have, let's say, access to the employees state insurance scheme, they are covered under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, all right? So both these statements are right related to this question. So this was a question from health sector. Okay, Ayushman Bharat Vay Vandana scheme launched in Puducherry for senior citizens. So it has been launched in Puducherry also. So that's why it is in news. Then we have another question. So it says, this question is a bit technical and this is related to Indian economy, right? You have to give special attention to this question, because this question requires your understanding in the field of economy also and in the field of environment and ecology. So it says, with reference to sovereign green bonds. Now, here you need to understand about few concepts. One is sovereign. Sovereign, like we derive the concept of sovereign from Indian polity discussion. So if you read international relations or international law, you'll understand what is the meaning of sovereign. Okay, so there is a Montevideo Convention that talks about what is a sovereign entity. So if you talk about India in itself is a sovereign entity, because we are able to make laws internally without any foreign influence, and we are able to come in foreign relations with other countries, right, without any foreign kind of influence or other things. So we are, in that regard, we are sovereign entity. Okay, so when we talk about sovereign green bond, all right, so sovereign, you understood, it is a topic derived from international law, international relations, and connected with polity. Green means a topic from environment and ecology. Okay, bonds are, let's say, like, these are financial instruments basically that are related with Indian economy. Okay, that are related with economy. So we are talking about sovereign green bonds. The bonds that are issued by a sovereign entity like Government of India, like the United Kingdom, or any other, let's say, like, sovereign nation. So such kind of bonds are known as sovereign bonds. But what are green bonds? These are bonds that are, let's say, like, earmarked for green projects. Green projects means environmentally friendly projects. those projects that is going to benefit the environment, that is not going to harm the environment. Those projects that have some kind of beneficial component for the environment. It's not going to harm the environment, but it's going to benefit the environment. Maybe it is going to help in carbon sequestration, means like reducing the amount of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So it will help in reducing the global warming. It will help in reduction of the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. All right, so I hope you have understood what do we mean by sovereign green bonds. Okay, those bonds that are issued by a sovereign entity like Government of India. So it says it can be issued only by the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of the central government and state government. Now here we need to understand, since we are talking about sovereign green bonds, so they are issued by the Government of India. I mean, like, on behalf of the Government of India. Now it is on Government of India to which entity it wants to empower, like which entity is going to issue these bonds. So in India, Reserve Bank of India has been empowered to issue sovereign green bonds. Okay, so it is only the central government of the country, not the state government. Okay, not the state government. So state government is not a sovereign entity, sovereign entity is the, India in its entirety, okay, which is, let's say, we can consider the central government. All right, so India is made up of states, but the thing is, a state itself is not sovereign in that regard. So second statement, lack of liquidity, small issue sizes and investor holding bonds until maturity are major causes of less demand for these bonds in India. This statement is right. Okay, so basically sovereign green bonds have lesser liquidity, they have a small issue sizes, and anyone who purchases it, they keep it with themselves till maturity, right? They do not sell it in the market. So once they sell it into the market, so it will be freely available for let's say normal investors, and they'll be able to trade on it. So on these factors we are facing difficulty. So that's why they are the major causes of less demand for these bonds in India. The government's framework of sovereign bond is based on the International Capital Market Association's listed principles for issuing green bonds. So second and third statement is right, means option C is the right answer in this question. All right, option C. Now with this, let us talk about another question. Okay, we will discuss about question number 4. What this question says, it says with reference to the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So here we are talking about agricultural insurance scheme, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Consider the following statements. They have given 3 statements. We need to read these statements and we need to identify which statements are correct. All right. So if we read the first statement, what it says, the premium payable by farmers is more for Kharif crops than Rabi crops under this scheme. This statement is right because farmers pay a kind of premium of 2% for Kharif crops, and they pay 1.5% for Rabi crops. Okay, and there are some other crops which do not fall under Kharif or Rabi crops, and here the farmers have to pay 5%. Okay, here farmers have to pay 5%. So that's why first statement is right. When we talk about second statement, it says crop losses due to local risks like hailstorms and landslides are covered under this scheme. Yes, this is also covered. Basically, it is covered up to 14 days post harvest. Means like once farmers harvest their crops, so after 14 days also it is covered. So this statement is also right. The losses are covered at the village level. This statement is wrong because these losses are covered, let's say not at the village level but at individual farm level. Okay, at individual farm level. That's the thing. So third statement is wrong. So that makes option B to be the right answer. And we have a similar question to the right of it. You can go through this question. Okay, and its answer is also given. You can go through it. So this is the news article that was there in Press Information Bureau, I guess. So that's why we have framed this question. Along with this, let's quickly go to the next question, question number 5. All right, so this question is again a very important question. This is from a government scheme, and this scheme is Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan, PM ASHA. Okay, Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. So basically, we read such topics under Indian economy because agriculture is considered to be a part of Indian economy, and if you read this, so you will come across this scheme. So it says all the food grain crops are eligible to be procured under this scheme. This statement is wrong because certain selective food grains, I mean like pulses, tar, and some other things, copra. Copra means like, if we talk about nariyal, the sukha nariyal, so that is copra. So they are procured under this scheme. So not all food grains are covered. So that's why first statement is wrong. When we talk about second statement, it says it provides 100% procurement of certain types of pulses like tur, urad and masoor. So this statement is right. Why it is being done? Because like, in India, we want to be self-sufficient in pulses and all. We don't want to import much pulses in the country. So that's why, let's say like, government of India gives a special emphasis to procure pulses from the farmers. So correct answer is option B, which is 2 only. Now with this, let's say we will move to the next question. Question number 6. Okay, we'll read this question. Consider the following statements regarding Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Okay, it's a very, very new scheme. So this scheme has been launched by the Finance Minister while presenting the budget for 2025-26. Okay, so while she was presenting budget on 1st of February, she has announced about this scheme, and that's why we are reading this scheme. Name of the scheme is Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Okay, so this is a scheme that affects the agricultural sector. It's for the benefit of the people who are involved in the agricultural sector. So first statement, the scheme aims to enhance agricultural productivity in 50 districts with low productivity moderate. So this question is fairly simple. Okay, first statement is wrong because like Government of India has identified 100 such districts where there is low productivity in crop related things. So Government of India wants to enhance the agricultural productivity in those areas, those 100 districts. Okay, and this scheme will be made applicable on those districts so that those districts can benefit from this scheme and agricultural productivity goes up. Second statement, the program seeks to benefit approximately 1.7 crore farmers across the selected districts. So second statement is right. Let me just quickly verify this also. This is question number 6. Yes, second statement is right. Okay, so this scheme will benefit these many farmers, 1.7 crore farmers across 100 districts. Okay, so correct answer is option B only in this case. Now with this, we will move to the next question. This is question number 7, right? You can download this PDF from the description of the YouTube video. You can go through this discussion, go through this PDF document to understand little more facts related to these questions. Okay, so data etc. have been included in the kind of explanation part. So consider the following statements regarding Panchayati Raj system in India. So this question is related to Panchayati Raj system in India. So this question is from Indian polity section. Okay, Panchayati Raj is considered to be the third tier of governance in the country. Okay, third tier of governance. So they have given 3 statements related to it, and you know that Panchayati Raj system has been given constitutional status by Panchayati Raj Act of 1992. Okay, in 1992 we have let's say enacted that act. So it says the British colonial administration introduced the first formal 3-tier Panchayati Raj system in India. This statement is wrong. Why? Because in India from ancient times there have been an emphasis on the local self-government. So Panchayat word comes from the ancient part of India. Okay, so it has been very much into practice in the country, right? So British were not the first, let's say like first kind of people to introduce this particular system. So that's why first statement is wrong. Now, second statement talks about the responsibility of the State Election Commission. We know we have the Central Election Commission or the Election Commission of India, and we have state election commissions across different states in the country. So the State Election Commission is responsible for conducting elections to panchayats at all levels. This statement is right. Okay. Third statement, the Panchayati Raj system in India is applicable to all states and union territories without any exception. This statement is wrong. Why? Because in the Constitution of India, we have certain areas that are known as 6 scheduled areas. Okay, 6 scheduled areas. So in these 6 scheduled areas, let's say like the Panchayati Raj system, they are not directly applicable. So there are some kind of exceptions, and basically 6 scheduled areas are in northeastern states. All right. So that's why third statement is wrong. Correct answer is only 2. Only 2 is the right answer. And we have a similar question from a previous year, 2020, that talks about, let's say, parliamentary system of government is one in which. So here, I mean, like, they have talked about parliamentary system of governance. And here the question is from Panchayati Raj system. I mean, like, related to governance itself. So the Panchayati Raj movement is in distress. Okay, so that news article was there. That's why we have framed this question. You can go through the detailed explanation in your free time. Now we have another question. This question is fairly simple, very simple question. It's from, let's say, like, Yoga Awards. So they have said, consider the following statements regarding Prime Minister Yoga Awards. Okay, so now they have given 2 statements to us. Now they are asking which of the above statements are correct. Okay, the selection process does not involve any screening committee. All applications are directly reviewed by the jury. This statement is wrong, because like when we talk about any award, so there must be a screening committee that's going to receive the applications, that's going to process the applications. They are going to shortlist these applications and finally send it to jury for their approval or like for their consideration. So first statement is wrong. The eligibility criteria require individuals to be at least 25 years with minimum 10 years of experience in yoga. This statement is wrong. Eligibility criteria is the person must be 40 years of age. Okay, at least 40 years of age. Okay, at least means greater than equal to 40 years of age, and should have a minimum of 20 years of experience in promoting yoga, okay, in doing and promoting yoga. So both these statements are wrong. Correct answer is option D, okay, related to Prime Minister's Yoga Award. So this is the news article that featured in the Press Information Bureau, and this news article has inspired us to frame this question. Finally, we have another question, question number 9, okay. So this question is from defense technology. So this question says Grape Hawk system. This question is about Grape Hawk system. It's from defense technology. So why we are discussing about this question? Because recently Ukraine has procured many Grape Hawk systems. Okay, it's a kind of missile defense system that they have procured. So that's why we are reading about it. And Russia, Ukraine, they have been in a state of kind of war for a long period now, more than 2 years. So that's why it is in news. Okay, so it says it is a long-range surface-to-air missile system developed by United States. This statement is wrong. Only the name of the country is wrong. It is, developed by United Kingdom. It is developed by United Kingdom. And you must be knowing that since President Donald Trump has been elected into power, after then he has been kind of verbally attacking the president of Ukraine, Zelensky. So he has been against President Zelensky. So if he is in principle against him, he is not going to deliver kind of any kind of weapons for their protection. That's the thing. Second statement, it relies solely on radar guidance for tracking and engaging the enemy. This statement is wrong because it relies on infrared, infrared guidance, okay, not on radar guidance, okay, not on radar guidance, because radar can be tracked, okay, that's why it is in news. So it relies on infrared guided missiles. So this is the thing. Correct answer is neither 1 nor 2. Okay, so this is how the missile system looks like. Now we have another question. This question is last question for the day. This question is from Indian polity section. So here it says, consider the following statements regarding imposition of President's rule in a state under Article 356 of the Indian Constitution. Alright. So we are talking about President's rule. So when you read Indian polity, you read Article 356, you read Article 360, you read Article 365 also. President's rule, national emergency, financial emergency, etc. Right. But here there is a catch. They are asking which of the above statements are incorrect. You need to identify which statements are incorrect. So first statement says the governor's report is sine qua non for the president to invoke Article 356. The president cannot act suo motu. This statement is wrong. First of all, we need to understand this statement. Then we need to analyze whether it is correct or wrong. Okay. Basically, it says that the governor of a state must produce a report, must make a report and send it to the president for president's consideration. I mean, like, president cannot act suo moto. President cannot act on his own without any report of the governor. Okay. So according to this statement, it says that governor's report is mandatory for the president to act on this behalf, which is wrong, because the president can act suo moto also. If president is of the opinion, of the belief that the state cannot be run, right, with constitutional machinery, okay, so then president's rule can be imposed. So first statement is wrong. Second statement, during president's rule, the fundamental rights of citizens within the state are automatically suspended, mirroring the effect of a national emergency under Article 352. Okay, this statement is wrong. Why? Because, see, when you impose president's rule, it does not automatically suspend any of the fundamental rights. Okay, so fundamental rights can be suspended if a national emergency is in place under Article 352, and for that only fundamental right number 19 can be suspended. Okay, it can be suspended. It does not get automatically suspended, but in case of president's rule, it does not get automatically suspended. So that's why statement 2 is also wrong. Third statement, here they talk about like Supreme Court judgment. So the Supreme Court in SR Bommai versus Union of India 1994 held that failure of a state government to effectively address large-scale internal disturbance is in itself sufficient ground for the imposition of Article 356. This statement is wrong, because when we read the SR Bommai case, so they have said that the President of India should use it as a last resort. I mean, like, imposing president's rule should be the last resort when the government of a state cannot be run with constitutional machinery, right, in normal sense. So that's why, I mean, like, this statement is wrong in that sense. Fourth, a proclamation imposing president's rule requires a special majority. It requires, let's say, like, simple majority in the parliament. It requires simple majority. If you have to impose president's rule, if you want to proclaim president's rule, so it requires simple majority in the parliament for passing. Okay, it does not require a special majority. That's the thing. Okay, and president's rule may be imposed during the kind of recess of the parliament also. When the parliament is not sitting, or either house of the parliament is not sitting, then president can proclaim president's rule, but within 2 months, right, the parliament, like, have to approve it, right? This is the thing. So all these statements are wrong. That makes option D to be the right answer, because they are asking incorrect. First, second, third, fourth, all are incorrect statements in this question. So why we are reading this question? Because recently in the state of, let's say, like, Manipur, so president's rule have been imposed after resignation by the, I mean, like, then chief minister of the state, N. Biren Singh. So N. Biren Singh, he has resigned, and after then president's rule have been imposed in that state. All right, and we know that this state has seen kind of some kind of internal disturbance. Okay, a kind of civil war has been going on in this state. Communities have been fighting among themselves. Huge number of people got killed, right? And there have been widespread protests across the country related to that. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for watching this discussion. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.